right. Yeah, so that's Hallie. Not much to really go over. Detroit's bad. Hallie's good. I think the offense will look good. Um, yeah, I like this. I think the third year guy now, Matherin, is a good spot to watch here in Indy this season as well. All right, next play. I think I mentioned this one first, but went to Hallie. We're going to go Dante DiVincenzo. Check now, boys. Dante DiVincenzo over 2.5. You can see this has moved, although now it's juicy as hell to the 3.5 over. I locked this in at minus 120 like this morning. So the fact that this has moved this far is kind of crazy to me. Did I lock this in this morning? Yesterday morning. Yeah. Oh, 8:10 last night, but I didn't even post it like on the internet. So it was just in the Discord. I didn't think it would move that much. Probably a bunch of other cappers on this by now as well. I didn't really see anyone else on it, but maybe they just realized that line was awful as fuck. So yeah, I locked this in at minus 120. Loved it at minus 120. Kind of getting away from us now here at Caesars at 137 is probably still good. Outside of that, I'm not touching it. Caesars at 137 if you really want to get down. But outside of that, I'm not touching it. Loved it at minus 120. Just stay locked in. Make sure you get into that Discord. I posted a free 7-day trial. I actually just posted a free 1-month trial. Only a few of those left, though. I kind of gave it out into my Discord. Everybody didn't fill it up. So I said, all right, bet I'm going to post what's remaining to the public. So y'all might want to check that out. Check out the page. Get in there for a free month. Hell of a deal, if you ask me. Not only will we have plays, but after about 3, 4, 5 games from every team, off projections for each plus starter. 3+ is the same as over 2.5. Yes. 3+. That's important. 3+. Yep. All right. One more play, man. I think this one might be my favorite. I'm not going to throw any plays of the days. No 2-unit plays till I see everyone play a few times, but I know he went over this line a few times in preseason. I think he had like a 15 and a 16-point game. I didn't watch every Knicks game, but the games I watched, his jump shot looked really awful. I know he's the third scoring option now. Like last year, he was 1/2. Cam Thomas, I assume, probably really the one there. But Bridges was the more kind of consistent day in, day out guy. I think he averaged 19.6 points this year. See a massive decrease in his kind of offensive usage this year, especially if he cannot hit. Shouts out to the boys in the chat. Appreciate y'all. If he cannot hit that catch and shoot 3 on this team, it's not a good look for him. Now, there are some positives for him. He is probably going to play 40 minutes a game, literally like 38 to 40. He's a perfect Thibs player. I think defensively, he is a great fit for this team. And offensively, I don't think they need much out of him. If he can be a 15-point per game points per game kind of player per night, that's probably going to be more than enough for the Knicks, especially day in, day out through the regular season. But 14.5 versus the Boston defense. Now, the Boston may have some championship hangover. They had, 3, 4 guys play on the Olympic team. So I understand that. But Bridges, I think, is going to try to, or not try to, but kind of fall to the bottom. Plus, they're going to probably try to establish Towns tonight. That's not something you see Thibs always do, but maybe it's something Brunson is more conscious of today. I have no opinion on Brunson's line, 27.5. I think maybe some 26.5. But I do think 14.5 here for Bridges. There's going to be nights where he soars over this, but I just don't think the Celtics. He's going to have a tough matchup, really, no matter who he's on tonight. Definitely has the possibility to be facing some foul trouble as well. So I just think this is a spot to fade Bridges tonight. I've seen some very big cappers on his over, read the write-ups, kind of understand where they're coming from, but it's not what I've seen out of him in the preseason. And I think just the role change this year is going to take a while for him to get into. So definitely love the Bridges under 14.5 points. I think 125 is where I played this as well. Looks like MGM's still there. Looks like there's actually a 120 at DraftKings. So if you have access to DraftKings, minus 120 looks like the best number. I would recommend being all over that. All right, so those are the 3 props that I have out. One of those is for tomorrow. But I do have 2, one side, one total. One of them's moved a bunch, so I won't really touch it. And then I do have some requests in the Discord. Again, if anyone watching has anything you want me to go through, go ahead and just place it in the comments. Appreciate that, bro. I definitely feel like my biggest edges are generally early in the season. Have you thought about piecing together picks from different sports? I'm not sure what you mean, like testing out other sports or like maybe trying to parlay football and NBA. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Shout outs to my boy, though. He stays steady in the chat and the Discord, always dropping community plays. Definitely been on some baseball heaters this season. Spreads and totals. Cross sport parlays. I'm not opposed to the idea for real. Definitely not opposed to it. I do it every once in a while. There's no negative EV in parlaying two sports in opposing leagues. There's nothing negative about it. So like if I see an edge, yeah, for sure. Facts, bro. Be eating in the cord for sure, for sure, for sure. Damn, all y'all on YouTube, and I posted the Twitter link in the. I'll get the YouTube link posted in Discord tomorrow for y'all. All right, let's keep it pushing though. What are my two plays? Let me pull me full screen here. Anything y'all want me to go through? Any props y'all want me to go through? Just go ahead and hit in the comments, and I'll do those after I went over my sides and totals. So the first one I played was Bucks plus 2.5, and I think a lot of people in the cord kind of had the same thought. I think we all knew Embiid wasn't playing and all kind of thought Paul George wasn't playing. So I kind of lucked into a play here this morning. I was basically placing the Bucks plus 2.5. News came through about one guy. Right after that, news came through about the other guy. Feel bad about this spot. I generally try to avoid these situations. It doesn't happen too often. But this one moved very hard and very significant within like 5 minutes. If we're being honest, 2 to 3 minutes of me posting this. That's not what I advertise at all. As we'll get into it, my next play is still readily available. So these things happen from time to time. I generally take it as a good sign. It means the market's agreeing with what I'm thinking, but I obviously want to provide the most value for you. Any teams that I think will be like the White Sox? Charlotte will be bad. Raptors want to build young people. Options to riches isn't going to like that, but I kind of like the Raptors team total under. It moved from like 33 to 30, though. That's why I'm not on it. If I'd have got the 33, I'd have smacked it. I think Wizards are always going to suck. Y'all know I'm close to the Wizards, closest NBA team to me. They're always going to suck. They'll probably trade Kuzma and rebuild. Wizards are an automatic fade. Let's see what Utah does. They surprised me last year. I could see them trading Markkanen, though, and rebuilding. I don't think Atlanta will be good. All right, we got some shit coming in. Let me get through the total real quick because it's still available, and then we will get into all requests. I appreciate y'all for the requests, too. That's like my favorite part of this, really, because I cannot tell you how many times last year, I had the model and everything, but I might be looking at this play, and this play. Someone says, hey, what do you think about this? I go look at it. Maybe the model had a slight edge, but then I look at it a little deeper, and I'm like, man, that's a great play. I really like the way you're thinking about that. So that's one of my favorite parts of this show. But let's get into it. My one play looks like is actually you can get a slightly better number. Theoretically, maybe it's the same number. Boston at New York under 222.5 points. I lock that in at even money. At a book called No Vig. It's kind of like a sweepstake model exchange. I don't want to overcomplicate that. So basically, it's just a sports book. You can actually get under 223, 110 at FanDuel now, or 223.5, 115 at MGM. If I were to rebet this, I'd probably take the 115, 223.5. Now, the 222 even money, you could run the numbers. I bet it's fairly close to the same return on investment expectation. But I generally play those on the safer side. Some people are more aggressive. Blazers will suck. Some people are more aggressive. Some people are less aggressive. I tend to be less aggressive on things like that. I also really like to play shit live middles. I think a lot of y'all from last year will remember that. So like we lay this under 222.5. Let's say at halftime, it's like 210 on the live, right? We might either play that over 210 for a unit. That way, worst case scenario, maybe we lose 0.1, 0.15. Best case, we're up 2. Or maybe we'll buy up, take over 216 plus 200 for a half unit. In that case, we either make a half unit or 2 units. That's something we'll do a lot, especially in the Discord this year. So looking forward to that. All right, so those are my two sides and totals. There's no value left on the Bucks. That thing went from +2 to -2. Don't chase that. However, I do think there's actually still a bunch of money left in that, bunch of value left in that money line price, in my opinion. So just take the money line now, I think, is actually where I'd pivot and tell you. Outside of that, nothing else for me in this. Super excited. I'll have a bunch of plays for tomorrow. I just did not want to go into that in depth today. That way I have nothing to talk about tomorrow. I even considered doing a show yesterday, but then the more I thought about it, I said, let's just get it today. Just go over today, tomorrow. Then we've got the rest of the season in front of us. Brunson assists or Cats points projections. Feeling like they work the pick and roll game well on Boston's softer interior. Yeah, I mean, Porzingis is out tonight. Porzingis is out for a little while as well. So I kind of like the read there. Model will not be done until probably, let's say, game after every team has played 3 games. I'll start it because that way most players have played. When I auto-populate it, I won't have to do anything new. So let's say that's ready that's available after every team's played 3 games. That's an 8 to 18 hour job, honestly. So I would say conservatively by next Friday, absolute latest, I'll have my NBA model up and running. This for right now, though, I am running basically a version of last season's, and that is just a baseline because there's been so many changes. And I'll take players from one team to the other team, but they're fit, like Mikal Bridges. My numbers would be very wrong for Mikal Bridges right now because he was a 20-point per game scorer last year. This year, he's in a completely different role. He's probably a 14-point per game scorer. So, yeah, model projections are going to be solid next Friday. I will have numbers to give out from now until then, but they'll be even more solid. I mean, I really think this Knicks team is another one where, like, my model from last year has no bearing on this team just because of how much it's moved already. Let me go. I mean, I'm just curious. So if I were to say Knicks, Celtics, we're back in this shit, boys. It's crazy. We're back in this shit. All right, so we got Knicks, Celtics. So then we're going to go Brunson, but now we go Mikal Bridges. Then we go, is Precious playing today? I don't know if Precious Achiuwa is playing today. Cat. And then who's the 5? Is Cat playing the 5? Oh, yeah, OG. So it's crazy. Let me see here, boys. Let me just see if I put him in this offense and I put Mikal in this offense. Why won't you auto-populate? I cannot get it to auto-populate, which doesn't make sense because Bridges is. No, it's something about Towns that won't. Hold on, I think I might know what it is. Let's just say, no, that's not it. I don't know. I can't get it to pull up. We'll have a new model within a week. Within a week, we'll have it up and running. But let me go ahead and go over the plays anyways. Kind of just break them down like in an analytical standpoint, what I think. Oh, fuck. You know what? I want to break down Miles McBride real quick too. Deuce McBride. WVU boy. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a big WVU guy. Bro's going to play, I don't know. I really think he's going to be like a 25 a game kind of guy. Now he's not going to be playing 40 and shit, not like that, but like I really like Deuce McBride here. I really like Deuce McBride here. No, the juice on that one's crazy though. Hmm. 135 is not bad. I kind of like his points over, and I kind of like his 3-pointer over. Wait, shit. No way fucking Fanatics is at 7.5. We will stop talking right now. Let me check. Let me check that. Let me check that. If Unabated still at 7.5, that's a play all day. I can't believe I just did that and didn't have this up for you boys. My fault. Hey, we're still getting in the swing of things. Don't judge me yet. I gotta get back into the flow. Give me 1 week. We'll be right back in the mix of things here. Nah, Fanatics is at 9.5. I probably just need to refresh. Fanatics is at 9.5, but shit, I am seeing some 8.5s. I like the 8.5. Anyone else thinking maybe we smack this 8.5? I'm thinking we smack this 8.5 for real. What do you think about Brunson under 39.5? Man, I'm getting so off topic. Bruce got me off topic here. Sorry if y'all hear my dogs barking. Anytime someone drives by, they gotta throw a fit. All right, so let me see. Brunson assists in this new offense. Well, he's been there, but the offense is brand new. PRA, man, I wish Props had it to where I could see we're like without Randall. I know he's not part of the team, so I'll probably be hard as shit to do, but man, that would be clutch right now. Hey, bro, I like the under versus this team. Who asked about it? Who asked about it? I do like the under versus this team. For everything to go right, nah. No, I like the under for his PRAs. Specifically his points and Cat's assists. Let's see. Specifically a points. I'm not going to have an opinion on his assists for real. Although the 7.5 feels like a lot. Let me see the offense. I know there's been a couple preseason games, but we'll see what he does. That makes sense, man. That makes sense. So yeah, no, I'm gonna lay off the assist there. And same goes for Cat. I want to see Cat in the regular season. So we'll see, man. This team is a lot of question marks around the scene. I am willing to fade Bridges, but outside of that, nothing else I'm ready to do yet with this team. Do like the read on Brunson under 39.5. My logic is maybe not the assist so much because I do think we could see him trying to get some other guys involved because kind of get the offense moving now. I feel like winning this game maybe isn't as important as kind of getting the offense acclimated. But at the end of the day, he's playing for Thibs, and Thibs is going to try to win every game. So tough task. I mean, tough call, honestly. You know what? The books did open 37.5, and then they kind of ticked up. So interesting read there. Definitely lean under for the PRAs for me, but nothing official on that play for me. Barrett limited in practice today with that shoulder. Nothing official on his timetable if he's going to play or not. All right, I've been bouncing around, but I think I want to run Deuce real quick. Let me give this a refresh real quick too. I got 12.5s out there, no problem. Plenty of 12s. MGM, I think, is just off of the board. I'm going to verify it before I bet anywhere, but I think I am going to add one play. Add this, and that'll probably be it. WVU, boy, you should have saw it coming for real. I don't see player combo.
Injury.
No, they had 12.5 too. All right, I'm gonna smack shit, I'm gonna just hit it here actually at MGM. It's 120. Man, this kind of plays right in with fading bridges too, in my opinion. It's kind of hand in hand play right here. Do I want to go PRAs or do I want to go points? Let's go to 12.5. It's the same. It's the same. Deuce. I mean, there's no way he rides the pine tonight, right? Let's head over to StatMuse and get his preseason stats. Where did I see this last night? NBA.com? I was just Googling this shit like last night. Yeah, here we are. 28 minutes, 17 points. I want to see the splits, though. I want to see game by game. No, let's hit it. Let's hit it. WVU, boy. Man, I just don't know what I like better, bro. Against the Celtics, see, I don't think he's going to have good rebounding opportunities. The assist opportunities are going to be low. Although I can see him catching something, driving, kicking. Let's go points. Hold on. Yes. This is PRAs minus 120. Let me see his points. Points. I'm seeing 8.5, 120 as the best number. It's 125. I'm gonna still hit it. 8.5, 125. Let's go 1 unit total risk. Let's not go 1.25. It's early in the season. We're gonna keep it light, but I still got to play it. All right, boys. I think that's it. Anything else? Got any requests? Small slate. We're in and out of here 30 minutes. That's probably perfect. This is something I need to start hitting this season as more and more books. This used to be like a DFS dominated kind of thing, these first quarter and halftime lines, but I'm seeing it more and more. So, I mean, I'm definitely interested in kind of getting into it. No opinions from me just yet, though. Shit, all right. I think that's an episode. 125 people tuned in for the first one, man. I think that was a pretty good show. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Looking to keep it around the same time. We'll be on here about noon every day. I think even the long shows, we should be out of here by about 1 o'clock. As always, I'm going to recap real quick, and then tomorrow, beginning of the episode, we'll recap how we did. All right, so to win 1 unit, I've got Tyreke Halliburton over 9.5 assists at plus 100 at Bet365. That game is tomorrow. Everything else, I believe, is for today. Dante DiVincenzo over 2.5 assists. Lock this in minus 120. 137 is the best price. Still like it there, not as much. Lock this in at ESPN Bet. He's going to have a more facilitator role in this offense. They even suggested they want to limit Conley's minutes. He's going to play the backup point guard there. I really think he's going to average like 4 or 5 this season. So this is a number I don't think we're going to get for long, but we'll definitely attack it while we do. Bridges under 14.5 points. While I think season long, this might be a good number and right around where he hangs out against this Boston teams. He's going to have an increased defensive responsibility that's going to lead to probably at least a higher likelihood of foul trouble, reduced minutes when he's probably going to play 40 a game this year. So just going to smack the under here, kind of a fading the team he's playing against role in that one. And then we're going to go Miles McBride over 8.5 points, minus 125. This is one of those plays where you're expecting someone to have an increased role. He had a great role at the end of last season. I really see him as a 25 to 35 per night kind of minutes per night kind of guy. Just kind of depending on how he's playing, how other people's playing, and how foul trouble goes. Again, a team like Boston, good at drawing fouls. I think this is a high upside for – damn, someone in the chat can't see. A high upside for McBride, lower upside for someone like Bridges. All right, man, that's the show. I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in. This stream's grown so much in the last year. I used to come on here and nobody watched. You know what I mean? 5 people. So 125, I consider this a very small episode, a very light episode, but I'm appreciative of everybody that tapped in. I think a lot of you are on the Discord, so we'll keep it popping in there. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Let's go.